Oh boy, if only Grandpa Ragie could stay silent like Valar, but my rage is real, so let's re-roll. Meet Valar, the quintessent stoic paladin warrior emerging from the realm of adventurers. This imposing figure is a blend of heavenly ancestry and terrene determination, a riddle wrapped in a mystery. His bloodline, half-angelic creature, Aasimar to be precise. Born from a fallen angel and accompanied by a strangely eloquent firefly, Valar's history is as captivating as it is cryptic. This isn't your regular adventurer. Envision a man with the power of an experienced barbarian, his physique an exhibition of pure might, his strength score breaking the scales. But don't let his reserved nature throw you off. Valar isn't just muscle, he's got a charisma as potent as the fiery breath of a dragon. It's a silent charm that's as puzzling as it is captivating. Here's an interesting bit though. Valar doesn't engage much in conversation. He's the stoic guardian who prefers to watch than to talk. But when he decides to speak, his words have impact, enough to convince a dragon to abandon its treasure, or make a celestial merchant reconsider his life decisions. Yet beneath the surface of this charismatic champion lurks a constant reminder of his divine heritage, a necrotic shroud, a gloomy aura that clings to him, akin to the shadows that lurk in the corners of ancient ruins. It's a stark contrast to the beacon of light that a paladin is supposed to be. But it's this very darkness that gives Valar his edge, his unique identity in this world of adventurers. This necrotic shroud can a double-edged sword, though. While it can serve as a weapon for good, a defense against evil, it also has the potential to engulf him, morphing the protector into the destroyer. It's a perpetual struggle, a conflict that Valar must face every waking day. So there you have it, Valar, the quiet mountain, standing unwavering in the midst of turmoil. He's the robust, silent type, with a celestial lineage and an enigmatic companion. He's got the might of a barbarian, the charisma of a leader, and a dark shroud that's as captivating as it is threatening. With the strength of a barbarian and the charisma of a leader, he stands like a quiet mountain in the ensemble. Yet, beneath the surface of this stalwart warrior lies a darkness, his necrotic shroud. Now, this isn't your average run-of-the-mill cloak of shadows. No, this is something much more potent, much more perilous. It's a chilling testament to Valar's celestial lineage, a tangible manifestation of his inner turmoil. You see, Valar is a paladin, a champion of righteousness. He's the wall that stands between the innocent and the insidious, the beacon that guides lost souls through the murk of malevolence. But that necrotic shroud? It's a stark contradiction to his holy mission. It's a memento of his fallen angel heritage, a nagging reminder of the darkness that lies within. Think of it as a double-edged sword. On one hand, it's a potent weapon. It can strike fear into the hearts of his adversaries, sap their strength, and shroud Valar in a protective veil of necrotic energy. But on the other hand, it's a constant threat. If Valar isn't careful, if he allows the shroud to consume him, he could become the very thing he's sworn to fight against. Imagine standing on a knife's edge, with salvation on one side and damnation on the other. One wrong step, one moment of weakness, and the balance could tip. It's a precarious position, a delicate dance with darkness that requires unwavering resolve and ironclad control. But let's not forget, every cloud has a silver lining. And in Valar's case, this shroud, this seemingly insurmountable challenge, could also be his greatest strength. With the right mindset, with the right guidance, he could harness this energy, transform it from a liability into a lethal weapon. He could use it to smite his enemies, to protect his allies, to uphold the virtues of his sacred oath. But it's a journey fraught with danger, a path lined with trials and tribulations. And only Valar can decide whether he will master the shroud or let it master him. This shroud, a constant reminder of his heritage, could either consume him or become his greatest weapon. So what does a conflicted paladin do in such a predicament? Well, Valar's path isn't an easy one, but luckily there are ways to navigate this treacherous journey. Firstly, let's focus on his physical prowess. Valar is already a force to be reckoned with, but there's no harm in becoming a bit beefier. Strengthening his constitution and his strength would make him an even more formidable opponent. Think of it like this: the stronger Valar is, the harder he hits and the more hits he can take. A feat like Great Weapon Master could turn him into a veritable whirlwind of destruction, a blender for all those who dare to cross his path. But let's not forget about that charisma. Remember, Valar's got a silent magnetism about him that can rally his comrades and intimidate his foes. Sure, he's not one for small talk, but that doesn't mean he can't use his charisma to his advantage. A well-placed word here, a stern look there, and suddenly he's got the upper hand. And while we're at it, let's not forget about sharpening those senses. Perception and investigation are key in this line of work. Valar needs to be on high alert, always ready to protect his party from the dangers that lurk in the shadows. It's not just about being strong and intimidating, it's about being aware and prepared. Now onto spells. Spells like Shield of Faith, Healing Word and Aura of Protection will keep Valar and his party alive and in the fight. And let's not forget about Revivify, a spell that could bring back a fallen ally in the heat of battle. Imagine the surprise on the party's faces when their bard, who thought it wise to serenade a red dragon, is brought back from the brink of death. With strength, charisma and a keen sense of perception, Valar is armed to face any challenge. He's got the physical power, the personal magnetism and the magical abilities to make him a true force to be reckoned with. It's a tough path, no doubt, but with these tools at his disposal, Valar is more than ready to face the trials that lie ahead. After all, he's not just any paladin, he's a conflicted paladin with a destiny to fulfill. But what of the Necrotic Shroud, this shadowy burden that clings to him, you may ask? Well, let's delve into that, shall we? The Shroud, my dear Danny, is not just a mark of Valar's celestial heritage, it's also a testament of his inner struggle. It's like a cloud of darkness that's always there, a constant reminder of his dual nature. But like a storm cloud, it's not all gloom and doom. It can be harnessed, controlled and even used to his advantage. Now don't get me wrong, it's not a walk in the park. It requires discipline, courage and a good deal of introspection. It's like trying to tame a wild griffin. One wrong move and you might get a beak in the eye. But if done properly, the payoff can be immense. So how does one go about harnessing the Shroud? Firstly, it's important to understand the nature of the Shroud. It's a manifestation of Valar's inner turmoil, his struggle between light and darkness. By coming to terms with this conflict, Valar can start to exert control over the Shroud, turning it from a burden into a powerful tool. Secondly, he needs to practice. Just like any skill, controlling the Shroud requires practice. This could involve meditation, training exercises, or even seeking guidance from a wise mentor. The key is to stay patient and persistent. Lastly, it's all about balance. The Shroud is a part of Valar, and suppressing it completely could do more harm than good. He needs to find a balance, a way to use the Shroud without letting it consume him. There's also the possibility of seeking ancient rituals or forgotten practices that could help him control the Shroud. These could be found in ancient texts, hidden temples, or perhaps from other beings who share his celestial heritage. In the end, it's all about control. The Shroud is a part of Valar, and with the right mindset and training, he can turn it from a curse into a blessing. With control, the Shroud can be a tool for good, a shield against the encroaching shadows. Remember that, Danny? It might just save your life one day. Valar's journey is no easy path. It's laden with celestial heritage, a brush with darkness and emotional baggage. A paladin's life is never a simple one, and Valar's is a testament to that fact. His struggles are as real as the shadows that cling to him, a constant battle against the darkness within. Yet it's these struggles that shape him, that make him the stoic protector we've come to know. From his towering strength to his sullen charisma, Valar is a complex tapestry of contradictions. He's a beacon of hope, yet shrouded in darkness, a silent guardian with a voice that could sway the hearts of men and monsters alike. His path is fraught with challenges, but it's these challenges that will ultimately define him. The advice given isn't just a roadmap for Valar's journey, it's a testament to his character. He's more than just a half-Aasimar with a necrotic shroud. He's a warrior, a protector, a beacon in the darkness. He's a paladin who uses his strength to shield the weak, his charisma to rally the weary, and his senses to detect the unseen dangers. His journey isn't about defeating the darkness within, but learning to harness it, to control the shroud that clings to him, to use it as a tool, a weapon against the wicked. It's about understanding that darkness is not inherently evil, but a tool that can be used for good when wielded by a righteous hand. Valar's journey is about growth, about change. It's about understanding that strength isn't just physical, but emotional and mental. It's about learning to smile amidst the chaos, to use charisma not just to intimidate, but to inspire. It's about realizing that perception and investigation are as important as a sword and shield, that knowledge is the greatest weapon in a paladin's arsenal. In the end, it is Valar's strength of character that will guide him through the shadows and into the light. His journey may be long and arduous, but with the right guidance, there's no doubt that he'll emerge stronger, wiser, and ready to face whatever challenges lie ahead.